You were born in Inanda?
Yes, from Ohlange, the mountains of Inanda, in KwaZulu Natal, or Natal KwaZulu Natal. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you born into a musical family?
Yeah, I think so because my father used to play guitar and piano, in those old days. And my mom is a fantastic singer. In fact, my whole family, my sisters are really, really good singers. I was just fortunate. I was just lucky. And I think we all sing. And I think most of families, when I grew up, we used to sing. We used to sing for weddings, used to sing for church choirs, used to sing at school. It was just nothing but music, which I think really kept us surviving a lot. That's how I think everybody used to express themselves, because those days then you couldn't talk about nothing, you couldn't be straightforward, because everything was, whatever a black man or whatever black people said, they were so afraid because everything became political, Even if you say, my roof is really, a roof like this is, rain falls in and everything, or it's flooding, or it's like, you're complaining. You're complaining that your life is not okay, then why? Then everybody was afraid to express themselves, except when they sing, or when you hear somebody drunk, they were always singing, like passing your home, singing, or like, why was it like this for me? Why did my mama and father do to God, then you hear that somebody's crying. And then I was just born into music. Whatever I remember, I only remember that people used to be happy when they were playing or when they were singing. It was like joy, whether it's concerts and you just hear people laughing and clapping hands. Like, this was it. This was like the joy of Africa. Yeah.
What you just described is difficult. What you just said makes me think that it might have influenced that situation where you couldn't say what you wanted. Might have influenced the sort of songs that you sing now.
Like
How you put across what you're trying to say.
exactly, like things probably then didn't become direct, or when people talk, they wanted certain people not to understand what they're talking about, and then for me, I think I thought that was life. When you always give a child like brown bread, and then when he's grown up, I think he's always eating brown bread. White bread is going to be like, it's got no taste. So for me, I think I still express myself that way, and probably I'll die expressing myself that way, because it's the only thing that I know, and I think it's honesty. It may sound very sad to other people, and I think it's okay. If life changes, probably, like it's changing, maybe I'm quite now really old for waiting for my life to change, but I can see probably my life changing through my daughter or through my granddaughter. Then maybe I'll be able to make nicer songs, which makes everybody laugh. But I think also in this album that I'm doing, there's lots of fun, even though it's still maybe a girl complaining about this man who is lying to her, who said we'll pay lobola, and she's still so young and she's now living with this man, and, explaining, but it's fun. It's not like it's now like like cry, so it's different.
Because that also gives the sort of lyrics a sort of poetry when you're not saying exactly what's happening. It makes them powerful.
For instance, there's every time at home I remember people used to express them like, my kettles are gone, which means the country, I don't have it anymore. But it was like, where are the kettles? When are they going to come back in the crawl? My crawl is empty. You know what I mean? And I think it was nicer. Then you start to sit back and think, but the kettle there, then you think, there's somebody's complaining about life itself, how everything has been taken away. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be interesting. So did you play any instruments at that time, or was it just singing?
I think everybody take these round drums when there's been like dancers, and they leave the drums and go kudu 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 with two sticks. Or whenever there's a church, these people like they always used to give girls for some kind of way in South Africa to play these drums, like kudu 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 kudu. So I do that too. Yeah, I go gdu 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 da da gdu 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 gdu. That's an instrument.
Yeah, now we know where the dancing style comes from. It's like,
And then they calm them with their different rhythms now to say, hey, I'm a man, of course. We always have to stay women and a men, and I think it's nice. I think it's beautiful.
so anyway, you started off like that as a child.
Yeah, but
How did you then become a professional?
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because at home I was still at school. And then at school they'd make me sing. And then also, I think because of these choirs, teachers used to think your voice should stay trained, If you sing in the choir at school, or you shouldn't be singing these other types of music. And they tell all kinds of different things, like your voice is going to break and it's not going to be soprano. Because I was doing everything, at
What
school.
sort of music did you hear at that time? What did you?
Oh, all kinds. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And boo ah, boo ma, boo ma, boo and then lots of music,
Did you hear a lot on
And
the
then
radio
someday
stuff?
will come along, the man I love, And also Elvis Presley. Everybody, Cliff Richard, you name it. Everybody was playing. Little Richard. Oh, that way then we used to really like hear music from our little radios. And it's crazy because our program, like the whole day, if you wanted to hear African singers within the country, it was from 9:30 to 10 o'clock in the radio, and that would be it. Then you find all people, especially people who were working domestic servants, because then white people were the ones who have radios and they're going to work. And then 9:30 you find all these black people inside, just to listen, because it's just half an hour program. But it used to be so good that you listen there and straight away you learn a song and you know it. When they play it again tomorrow, it's just fast. And we didn't have no TVs, of course, and we had gramophones. And there were these records, the ones that used to break, 78s and 45s. So I had an aunt who could really like bring music at home. She had this gramophone where you wind it, and we loved music so much, and she was always bringing different records, Miriam Makeba, Dorothy Masuga, but we'll wash, and she comes on a Sunday, we'll wash and go wait for her at the bus stop. We see her when she stands up in the bus and the bus is stopped. Oh, and then we are so happy, like, oh, music. And she's got these records, so we're carrying these things like babies and gramophone. Then she goes home. First, she's gonna like make us wait. She knows that we are anxious. And then when she plays this thing, then she said, "Why are you sitting down?" Like to everybody. Oh, then we get up and dance. And it's gonna be probably for 3 hours, because then she's going back again,